All right.
Okay, in the top left, playing as Tenri in the red, we've got Snake, aka I'mSolidSnaek. And in the bottom right, we have Martin, aka Spacefront, playing as Nuru in the green.
That's a lot of AKA in that intro. Huh.
It is, it is a lot. But I mean, I know Martin plays on Switch, and you can't change your username on that. So
Yeah.
they will always be known as Martin, as far as I'm aware. And Snake, I guess they just like having a shorter version of Snake. And I like saying Snake, aka I'mSolidSnaek, so I don't mind.
It's true. It's got that Metal Gear feel when you say AKA I'm Solid Snake, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like a fun thing to say.
That's true. Let's see. Alright, so both players actually went for some early air troopers to capture their hideouts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can actually see, and I think we might see it from Snake actually, you can capture the village instead, yeah. Which, and then you go and capture the hideout after, because there isn't much that can contest an air trooper this early.
Yeah, and you don't really want to hit that air trooper because it doesn't get much value for losing the sword, I guess.
Yeah, like it's worth it if your opponent doesn't kind of calculate around having
Village,
the air
the
trooper
hideout,
defended, but
the
oh
air
yeah,
trooper.
sorry, yeah. If the air trooper isn't protected, then it's worth going for the hit. But
Although the other side is that if you don't capture that village, I guess Spacefront really values the early thief.
yeah, it's also very true. Um, Here we see early use
Well,
of the
I
harpy.
guess yeah, I guess the the difference from like that thief is nice early is gonna get the steal, but until you get the gold back, uh, your army is gonna be a little bit weaker. And we basically see that Snake has an extra harpy for not going for that thief, I guess. But so like this harpy has to put in some work. Um, I mean, the harpy is putting work, but maybe it's not enough. We'll see. Ooh, actually, we already see the small opening details from Spacefront paying off. This village is too high HP for Tenri to do the same thing that Nuru did last turn.
Ooh, that is a nice little extra detail there. But there is a whole bunch of army behind this. That's quite nice. And ooh, big hit on the thief.
I really don't like hitting the thief here. The thief isn't gonna die, your sword is gonna die. And like, it's kind of like a frog. Like, it will still do almost like a thief at low HP has not that is not like quite less
Significantly worse,
scary
yeah.
than yeah, it's not that worse compared to full HP. And losing a sword is kind of a big deal.
Yeah. And we see Martin gets a really nice hit on the archer there, which is really painful
Yeah,
actually.
Snake didn't wall that as good as they thought they did. And I mean, when your opponent can involve like their commander and you didn't yet, then there's a little bit of it's a little harder to do that. But this harpy's getting value. The mages are all on the red side, so this harpy can just keep going like leftwards, and then I guess it will run into the other harpies eventually. But you know, got some decent value.
Oh,
And I guess we say goodbye to that harpy now.
yeah, perfectly timed. Nuru's tier 1. And I know a lot of people have been saying like Nuru's a lot weaker and not the best commander, but being able to do stuff like that's still pretty nice. Ooh, I also really like that
Yeah,
mage
I
heal.
mean, this is probably the best like time. Like this is probably the best situation for Nuru is when your army is like slightly winning but not quite. Then you use Nuru Groove, and then your army is suddenly very winning.
And yeah,
And yeah, there we go.
Spacefront just outplayed that opening much better. Snake dropped 6
Yeah.
units, damn.
Spacefront uses Groove to go from a slightly winning to a very winning position and ends the game instantly.
Yep, and I mean, this is the kind of play that we expect out of Spacefront and Tester Battle. They are an extremely good player, and especially in asynchronous format. I think they're pretty solid overall, even in a timed format. But asynchronous, like Spacefront's terrifying. So that was a really nice game from them. And we get to see the strength of Nuru, which is something that a lot of people, I think, maybe not underestimate Nuru, but definitely put Nuru quite low on the tier list. So it's nice to see Nuru getting some action.
Yep.